everyone, it's Ali here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Covergirl True Naked Palettes. Also, stay tuned for the end if you want a tutorial on how to do this makeup look. So this is a set made by Covergirl called the True Naked Palettes, and there's 3 in the set. There is the nudes, the goldens, and the roses. These just came out pretty recently, and I found them at Ulta, CVS, Target, but Target was sold out, so I don't recommend trying there. But Ulta usually has them in stock, and I love the price of these. They're like $12 to $13. I got mine at Ulta for about $12 or $13, and that's a really good price for a makeup palette, especially for 8 colors of eyeshadow. So there are 8 colors in each palette, so that is 24 colors if you get all 3 palettes. So the packaging on these is, I really like it because you can see all the colors. It is a little bit cheap, but it's $13, and honestly I don't really care about packaging that much as long as the product is good. But I really like how it says shades like a leading $50 eyeshadow palette, so they were basically copying like the Naked palettes or something, which they kind of were, but I think a lot of people just need a more affordable option for palettes that are great. And also, I love that they named the shadows on these, so there's an individual name for every single shadow in the palette. Overall, the product is really good. It has super good pigmentation. They have pretty good matte shades. They blend beautifully, and I love wearing this eyeshadow. Also quite a bit of product. I mean, that's like not as thick as the Naked palette obviously, but you probably aren't going to run out of eyeshadow super easily, so it comes with quite a bit of product. Some are a bit sparkly and they do fade a little bit throughout the day. Like, they won't be completely gone, but they won't be as like bright as when you first put them on, but that doesn't bother me. It's like, as long as I use an eyeshadow primer, it's usually okay. There's also a little bit of fallout in the more sparkly shades, but I don't really mind that either because it's so affordable and you can fix that pretty easily. So starting off with the nudes reminds me a lot of the Naked 1 palette, and I don't have that one. It reminds me a lot of it, like the shades and stuff, but this palette is probably my most used one because it's just a great everyday neutral palette, and if you're just starting off with makeup, I definitely recommend something like this. So the shades in the nudes palette are Buff, Shell, Champagne, Fawn, Mink, Cocoa, Coffee, and Sable. Some of my favorites from this palette and the ones I use most often are Champagne, Fawn, Shell, Mink, and Cocoa. So the next palette in the collection is the Roses. This is a great like pink tone palette, and this reminds me a lot of the Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. This has awesome pink tones, and I love these purple tones because sometimes at a drugstore it's really hard to find good pigmentation for brighter colors like purple where you're really going to want to make a statement, but this does the job really well. So the colors in the Roses palette are Almond, Champagne, Baby, Rose Gold, Copper Rose, Dusk, Mauverine, and Mousse. Favorite shades or most used shades from this palette are Almond, Champagne, Rose Gold, Dusk, and Mauverine. So the next palette is the Goldens palette, and this is the last palette in the collection, and this is a very yellow tone palette with a little bit of green undertone, but I really like this palette, and it reminds me a lot of the Naked 2, which is the only Naked palette I have besides a little mini one, but I really like this palette, and the colors in this palette are Cream, Chiffon, Cookie, Sunkissed, Caramel, Ginger, Ecru, and Sierra. My favorite colors in this palette, or my most used colors, are Chiffon, Cookie, Sunkissed, Ginger, and Sierra. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some eyeshadow primer and just put that all over my eyelids and then blend it in. Next, I'm taking the Goldens palette and using this neutral taupe or brown shade, and I'm just going to put that in my crease with a crease brush. Next, I'm taking the Roses palette and using this pretty pink and sparkly shade, and I'm just going to be putting this mostly on the inner half of my eye and then just on the eyelid, not up to the crease. And I'm taking the Nudes palette and using this dark brown shade with a crease brush to add a little bit more darkness to the outer half of my crease. Then I'm taking the Nudes palette again and adding this light cream shade to my inner corner to open my eyes a little bit more. Then I'm taking this Goldens palette and using my finger to just add the light yellow shade to underneath my brow on my brow bone. And lastly, I'm taking the Nudes palette again and using this dark brown color and a eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to put this on my lash line to add a little soft eyeliner touch. Now I'm curling my eyelashes and then putting on a coat of mascara, and then we're all finished. So that was all for my review, and I really hope you liked this makeup look that I did, and I really recommend these palettes. They're amazing, they're greatly priced, they have great colors, great pigmentation, everything about them I absolutely love. So if you can get your hands on these, I definitely recommend them, and they're like $12 or $13, so yeah, that's a really good price. So if you can only get one, my personal favorite from this series is the Nudes, just because it has a lot of everyday shades that you can use, and I also really like the Goldens. I like all of them, but I think I like the Nudes the best. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!